Chapter 7. The world will never be the same. When the Vikings first set foot on British shores, they didn't just raid, they rewrote the rules of a world that had once felt safe. The first waves of Viking attacks left more than smoldering villages in their wake. They shattered the sense of security that had defined the coastal communities of Britain for generations. Families huddled behind hastily fortified walls, marketplaces were emptied, and long-established trade routes were disrupted. The long-term consequences of those initial raids were only beginning to ripple through the land. Merchants found their goods vulnerable to pillage, forcing them to rethink where and how they conducted business. Coastal settlements that had grown comfortable now scrambled to strengthen their defenses. Wooden palisades were reinforced, watchtowers erected, and militias formed in a desperate bid to prepare for the next inevitable strike. The landscape itself began to change as communities adapted to the relentless threat from the north. Yet the impact went beyond physical security. The Vikings had demonstrated a new kind of warfare, swift, mobile, and utterly unpredictable. Longships could appear anywhere, rivers became highways for sudden attacks, and no village, however small or isolated, felt safe. This forced a shift in mindset. Survival required vigilance, coordination, and the understanding that the world beyond the horizon could no longer be ignored. Culturally, the incursions left their mark as well. Stories of raiders' bravery, cunning, and cruelty permeated the folklore of the British Isles, shaping perceptions of the North for generations. Communities learned to fear and respect the Vikings simultaneously, blending reality and legend into a tapestry of awe and caution. Songs, tales, and oral histories preserved the memory of those first raids, ensuring that even centuries later, the echoes of that violence could still be felt. Politically, the first Viking incursions also altered power dynamics. Kings and local leaders realized that isolation offered no protection, and alliances became critical for survival. Coastal regions began coordinating defenses, preparing for a future in which the threat of Norsemen was constant. The raids were no longer isolated events. They were the opening chapter of a prolonged era of conflict.